like to call to order the Liberal City Commission meeting for this Tuesday, June 27th. May we have roll call, please?
Mayor Denoyer.
Here.
Vice Mayor Martinez.
Here.
Commissioner Carlisle.
Here.
Commissioner Harrison.
Here.
Commissioner Aragon.
Here.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Will you all please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation as given by Reverend Jim Garcia of the Ministerial Alliance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Joe, Mark, commissioners, staff, thank you for the privilege to come and pray with you tonight. Let us go to the Lord in prayer. Father God, we truly thank you for this moment that we can come and we can pray to you. Father God, tonight I thank you for this commission. Father God, I pray and I ask that you would be with them, Lord, in the decisions that they have to make. I pray for your wisdom, Lord. Father God, I thank you for those who have a sense of serviture, Lord, to take care of my home, my community, Lord, not just mine, but all of us's. Father God, once again, I thank you for their work. I thank you for their deeds. And I would ask tonight, Lord, that you would just give them the confidence. And Father God, we ask that you would just guide them in their work. And we ask your blessing upon this commission and the staff. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, first item up on the agenda tonight is awards, proclamations, and presentations. We do have one tonight. It'll be Wally Lamone's retirement plaque. So I will be making my way to the podium for that. Had to ask Wally first how to get to the podium. He said it was 2 giant steps this way, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then what? Sharp, right? Right? 1 step, and I'm there. You're right. Man, what are we going to do without you? Wally, come on up here. And if you'd like to bring your family, feel free to do so. Guadalupe Wally Lamone is going to be retiring from the City of Liberal on July the 1st of this year, after 39 successful years of service. Wally began working for the Water Department on November 28th of 1978. Wally's retiring from the Water Department as the Water Distribution Supervisor. Wally's been a dedicated employee for many, many years, and his hard work and dedication to the betterment of the community is greatly appreciated. We at the City of Liberal would like to express our gratitude to Wally and his family for his considerable contribution that he's made to the community and the organization over the years. I would like to invite the public to a retirement reception that will be held in Wally's honor tomorrow from 2 to 4 at Mehurin Park Building. Please stop in and congratulate Wally on his wonderful achievement. Congratulations, Wally, on your retirement, and best of wishes in the future. I mentioned his family because, as Wally has been on call many, many nights, many, many days of cold weather, hot weather, left his family many times to come take care of you and I. So Wally, thank you, and thank you.
Paper, but I decided not to. I was just going to say thank you guys. This is what city's done for me. All these guys doing my love. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Our next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Are there any corrections to the agenda?
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the agenda. Oh,
Hang on. We have an amendment to the agenda. On agenda item number 10, it lists Commissioner Aragon as vice mayor. So we will make that correction. We will amend that to list Vice Mayor Martinez as the vice mayor, and Commissioner Aragon as commissioner at that time.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the amended agenda as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Vice Mayor Martinez. Any discussion on the agenda? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next item on the agenda is the agenda item number 3, which will be the approval of the June 13th regular meeting minutes. Any additions or corrections to those minutes? Now I'd call for a motion to approve as presented.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the June 13, 2017 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Carlisle with a second by Commissioner Aragon. Any discussion on the minutes? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next item is agenda item number 4, which is items from citizens. Are there any citizens that would like to address the commission on non-agenda items? All right, please come forward as I read the rules. Rules of the commission. Any citizens desiring to address the commission shall be recognized by the chair. Advance to the podium, state his or her name and address in an audible tone for the record. Presentations shall be limited to 5 minutes unless extended by a vote of the majority of the commission. The commission does not hear matters involving litigation or city personnel. Commission does not take action on subjects not on the agenda unless unusual or hardship conditions exist. Citizens may address the commission on agenda items as they are brought to the floor. Again, state your name and address in an audible tone, please.
Rita Isaacs, 46 Princeton. Mr. Mayor and Councilman, first thing, I want to thank Brad for getting rid of that bindweed over the park. I do appreciate that, I really. Now, it's
Now
been
you
2
realize
weeks.
it's not gone.
No, but I'm calling. I've got his number on robocall. I really do appreciate that. It's been 2 weeks since I've been here, and I want to know the update on Zito.
All right. As of just a few minutes ago, Chris Ford received an update from Zito. It states Zito Media has once again has a local representative who is working on the local cable system to resolve the issues that their customers are having. So we do have somebody here in town now, again, that is working diligently on fixing this. As the equipment room is located inside the municipal courtroom, we only have access to it on Fridays. They've tested their equipment approximately 2 weeks ago and have ordered a new modulator. They plan to install it this week, and hopefully this will resolve sound issues with the City Commission meetings on Channel 15, and we'll continue to work on the citizens' issues. Any concerns, again, contact Zito Media at 800-365-6988, and if things do not progress as they have told us, we will instruct City Attorney Shirley McQueen to pursue.
So this Friday, you're going to get.
Yes, this Friday.
This Friday, so just you guys.
Just Channel
And the
15
rest
so
just
far.
on back until,
They will work on
All on
issues.
Friday.
They will work on issues as the time allows, yes.
Now, they're just in here on Friday, Rita, is the way I understand it. Isn't that correct, Joe?
Right.
They'll be addressing
Because
the
of
other
course.
issues.
Right, just, yeah, they can only get into this room on Fridays, but other issues they will continue to work on, like today, tomorrow, the next day. So
Okay.
yes, but now that we have somebody local, we can, again, continue to pursue.
is it just the city room here, for this little room here, or is it all of Liberal?
The modulator is just for here, but
Just
the
for
other
here.
issues they will be addressing also. Now that we
Here.
have somebody in the community. We have a local guy now that will address, if you have contacted him and gave him your address, he will
Yes.
hopefully come, or is it he or she? Anyway, whoever it is will come and check out your equipment,
I
make
don't,
sure.
what?
Have you, I'm sorry,
You're fine.
have you called and left your name, address?
They've been to my house,
Okay,
and it's getting worse, not better.
okay.
I have a new
With that,
cable.
we just want to make sure that way, as we talk to them, tell them people are still having problems. Usually they come back, have they called in? And I'm glad to say that they've called you, you've called twice and been to the
Have they
house.
been there? They've been there.
Could I get your address again?
406 Princeton.
I might make a suggestion to you. Have you tried any of the alternatives? Because I used to have both, and because I couldn't watch my football team on Sunday, I was stuck with watching Dallas, Denver, or Kansas City.
That was it.
So they offered this NFL package, and I had I had both, And then after a while, when we got the local channels and the picture quality, I'm like, why do I keep both, you know? But I'm not promoting anybody, I'm saying,
What do you?
You might give it a
box?
try.
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, one box controls all your TVs.
I don't want anything else. I want my TV fixed.
Yeah, but that will fix it, I guarantee you, but.
That's something else
It's
to
a-
junk up. I don't
yeah,
want it.
yeah.
The thing of it is, this has gone way too long. And that number you give us is worthless. You get the same old run around all the time. You have another number, one that I can get better results with.
We
I
just-
don't, but we can ask.
We can ask the local guy if he's got a different number, now that we have somebody local. But
We've
again,
got a lot of very irritated citizens.
right,
Can we get the local guy to come up and address the issue?
We can ask.
we can ask him to come up.
idea.
Yeah.
Can't even come to a meeting.
He may be leaving after that meeting, but yeah.
Is there
We're-
anything else I can do?
Just continue
I
to
don't have
call.
to come back in 2 weeks and say, what have you done?
Yeah.
But we like seeing you.
Oh,
I see her twice a week and that's enough, no.
yeah, that's right, you do.
But no, again, it is a private, it is a,
You have another number?
Well, I'd say that they do have an office over here. I think it's Monday through Thursday, 8 to 12.
8 to 12, mm-hmm. And you get
But-
nothing. You get the same thing as you get when you call that number.
But you get a live person then, you know, so that might be something.
She's stressed out. She knows you're getting nowhere.
And cutting her hair back.
yeah.
All right, so
All right.
in 2 weeks, I want a better upgrade.
Well, again, I will remind you that it is a private business that is privately owned. So the city does not have jurisdiction over private businesses unless if it's matters of
But
the
it's
city.
affecting your whole community.
It is. And like Vice Mayor Martinez says, there are other options, like the illustration I used last week. If you're not satisfied with the service or quality at one business, you go to their competitor.
I don't want to hear that.
I know that.
I don't want those things hanging off my roof or whatever they've got, or the snow comes, you can get. I want good stuff. All right.
Totally understand that. Thank you. Are there any other citizens that would like to address the commission on non-agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move to groups. Are there any groups in the audience that would like to address the commission on non-agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item number 6, which is the consent agenda. All items listed are considered to be routine by the City Commission and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a commission member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. 6A is acknowledgement of receipt of board minutes from the Liberal Housing Authority Board meeting on May the 16th and the Liberal Convention and Tourism Board meeting on June the 15th. We have 6B, airport leases for Liberal New Iron and Metal, Don Small, Kenny McIlvain, Crown Consulting, and Brungard Pumping. And 6C is farming lease with Paul Blosser for 3 years.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Commissioner Carlisle. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 7A, which is a public hearing, redevelopment project Area 1 of North Liberal Redevelopment District. I now declare the public hearing officially open. Have all the proper legal notices been filed? All right, so I invite members of staff to testify on this matter before the commission. Mr. Parsons.
Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, this will be the final act, which will complete the process we have for approving a TIF for North Liberal Redevelopment District Number 1, which we kind of lovingly call the triangle piece of ground up there. We have gone through all the motions of setting the public hearings, and we have done our approvals all along. I want to introduce Evan Fitz, which you guys have heard from before. He's going to kind of round this thing on out, and if you have any questions, he's certainly the person to ask about them. So.
All right, before you leave, did the commission have any further questions for Mr. Parsons? Mr. Fitz, please come forward.
Thank you, Evan Fitz with Polsinelli Law Firm in Kansas City. Appreciate you having me back out again tonight on behalf of Pinnacle Developments, the developer of this project. I've given a presentation to you 2 prior times. It was the same one the second time, so I don't really feel a need to bore you to death with a third one. I just thought that I'd take a minute to tell you that we're very excited to get this project moving forward. I drove by there today on my way into town and saw that there's already earthwork in process. The ownership group is very excited to get started on the actual hard construction. They're looking to start doing their concrete pads for the Old Chicago and the hotel, potentially as early as next week. So looking to get things moving very quickly here. I also understand there may have been a groundbreaking that some of you attended, and I apologize that I wasn't out here for that, but it sounds like it went very well. The turnaround on opening the Old Chicago is very quick. I talked to the ownership group this afternoon. They expect it'll be open by November, so about 5 months from now. The hotel takes about a year, start to finish, so would be done, about this time next summer or something like that. Obviously, the interest is to keep things moving as quickly as possible, and they're very excited about that aspect of the project. I've had meetings as recently as this morning to talk about the second phase of the project, which I think is kind of the real issue that we were trying to address with these approvals that we put in place. They're going to continue to work very hard to meet with people in the real estate community and work with Jeff to try to identify tenants and users. I think that it's pretty easy to see that when you put something this nice up at the front door to the city effectively, that it's going to be very easy to start the process of getting things going on that other side. So they're very excited about that. I would encourage you, I had to travel to meet with the ownership group this morning, so I actually stayed in their other hotel, the Heritage Suites in Garden City, which of course is a very similar project, the Heritage Suites in the Old Chicago. I'd encourage you, if you haven't been by there, to go take a look. It's a very nice hotel. And the concept here is going to be a little bit different. That one's got a little bit more of a modern design. There's a different kind of design element that's going to go here. But it's very, very, very nice. And I think you'll be very impressed with the end product. That Old Chicago is one of the most successful Old Chicagos in the United States. And they expect that they're going to be able to replicate that here. And I think it's going to be a great kickoff to that whole project up there. So again, if you have the chance sometime between now and then, I encourage you to stop by. You reach out to us, we can arrange a tour for you if you'd like. Other than that, I just wanted to thank you on behalf of the ownership group. Tom Willis is here in the audience tonight. We appreciate your support. It's been good to work with your staff, with Mark and with Jeff. They've treated us very, very well and have taken very good and professional care of us. And we appreciate all the support that you've given us. So that's the only thing I have. I guess I would ask for the record, just since it is the public hearing, to incorporate my comments from March 14th and April 26th, just in case anybody ever looks back at it. I did my whole presentation then, so that's it. But other than that, thank you very much. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Commission have any questions for Mr. Fitz? Just one real quick question. I know with tax increment financing, the other taxing entities have to either sign off or take no action. Have they all addressed this in one way or another?
I'm trying to remember what our timeline was. That would have been approved on April 26th. So the idea is that there is a 30-day period for the school district and the county. They have to affirmatively act. Okay. And I believe that there was no action that occurred. So the TIF district...
We delivered that stuff just directly after that April 26th meeting.
Yeah.
So they've had all the time that's required.
Okay.
So we're good there.
Yep.
All right. Any other questions for Mr. Fitz? Anybody else would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, I declare the public hearing closed. Next agenda item is agenda item number 7B, which is ordinance 4485, which would be adopting a redevelopment project plan.
Your Honor, I make a motion to approve ordinance number 4485.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Commissioner Carlisle. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Agenda item number 8 is ordinance 4486, which would approve the development agreement with Pinnacle Developments, LLC. Mr. Parsons.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, in your packet was a copy of the development agreement between the city and Pinnacle Developments, LLC. This document was was drafted by Kim Bell, Gilmore and Bell, who represent the city in this, was reviewed by Polsinelli and the Pinnacle Group, and all the differences have been worked out. We just present this for your approval. Everybody, all the parties seem to be in agreement that this agreement will address all the issues. Basically, it gives us a framework of how all these incentives and things will work between the two parties. So,
Commissioner, have any questions for Mr. Parsons on agenda item number 8? I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 4486, approving the development agreement with Pinnacle Developments, LLC.
Second.
A motion by Vice Mayor Martinez, a second by Commissioner Aragon. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Jeff.
very much.
Thanks, Jim.
Agenda item number 9.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. I'll keep it short this time, Tom. Thank you. I said I'll keep it short this time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 9, which is the permit fees for VAS Hotels LLC, which is the hotel and conference center on East Pancake Boulevard.
Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, we have been approached by VAS Hotels, and they have asked us if we would waive the permit fees for the hotel. What they've asked us to do is sort of similar to what we did for Pinnacle Group, in that we'll waive the fees, but the requirements that all the contractors be licensed, all the inspections will go ahead and continue. Essentially, nothing changes except for the fee. The total that we'd be looking at, they have 2 permits involved. One permit for the hotel, which was about $11,500, which they've already paid. We will refund that back to them if you approve this. And then a second permit for the conference center, which is $6,342.75. So essentially what we're doing is just be replicating what we did for Pinnacle Group for this hotel as well.
Right. And again, they will be held to the same inspections, everything else, just waiving fees,
Absolutely.
not waiving any inspections of any type.
Correct.
What is their progress? It seemed like they kind of stopped, or?
Yeah, they, just from talking to Mr. Bakda, they've had some issues with the contractor working on the conference center. But he told me, I talked to him yesterday, he said he hoped that they would be on site yesterday or today and back to work. Work inside the hotel continues. It's just you just don't see it because it's all indoors. Yeah. So he offered to give me a tour the next time he was in town. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll pass along a progress report when we get that. But looking sometime in the fall for the hotel to be open.
Wow.
Late fall.
Yeah. Just as we use TIFs, CIDs, RHIDs, waiver of fees can be another tool that we add to the toolbox to encourage growth in the community. And it can be decided on a case-by-case basis. So I'm excited for another way to continue to move forward with our community.
And this is a significant incentive for a company. You're talking fees of thousands of dollars.
You bet. But again, bottom line is they still are inspected, and they still are. So.
Nothing changes.
Right. Any further questions or comments for Mr. Parsons?
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the waive of the fee of the general construction permit for VAS Hotels LLC.
I have a motion by Commissioner Carlisle. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Harrison. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you,
very
Jeff.
much.
Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 10, which is library board appointments. There is 10A and 10B. These can be enacted in one motion as they are both to the same board, one for an unexpired term and one to be reappointed to a second term.
Mayor, Commissioners, you have the recommendation by the Liberal Library Board that Cheryl Carlson be reappointed to a second term, which will run July 2017 to July 2021. You also have before you, if you wish to approve both at the same time, the Liberal Library Board made a recommendation that Robert Oblender be appointed to his first term after filling the unexpired term of Olga
Cisneros.
And his first term would run July 2017 to July 2021.
Does the commission desire to enact with one motion or separate them?
One motion would be fine.
And I guess it's not an unexpired term. It is a.
No, I was just going to say that notwithstanding what's in the memo, her name is actually Cheryl Carson, not Carlson. And so if we,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, you read the memo correctly, but it's Cheryl Carson. And just so, if we're making the motion, let's just at least try to get her
Right,
right.
let's get her name right for the record. Commission, what say you? One motion?
One motion.
All right, then I'd entertain that motion.
I'll make the motion to approve Cheryl Carson and Robert Oblender to the library board.
A motion by Vice Mayor Martinez. Is there a second?
One second.
Second by Commissioner Carlisle. Any further discussion on the appointments? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thanks, Mark. Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 11, Police Department K-9 Program. Chief Sill.
Commissioners, good evening. Thank you. As you know, we retired our previous K-9 here a few months back, but we'd like to go ahead and continue with the program. So Sergeant Head, the previous K-9 handler, did some research to try to locate a kennel that would supply our needs for another trained police service dog. He searched the surrounding states, actually thought he had a pretty good choice in a kennel down in Texas. Guy is well known, but the problem is he has since moved away from training police dogs and gone into more lucrative business training protective dogs for princes and kings and foreign countries. So that's not his focus anymore. So Chris moved on to other kennels throughout the country. He did narrow his search down to a kennel in Little Rock, Arkansas, and one in Colorado Springs. Comparing those two with not only the price, but the references that he checked and the training that they supply, it's his recommendation and he favors the kennel that he found in Colorado Springs, largely due to the length of the training and the amount of training that goes into those dogs. But the downside to that, it's a little more expensive than the one that he has chosen in Little Rock, Arkansas. So in talking to Chris, I happen to agree with him that it would be to our best interest to go with the kennel that provides us with lengthier training. The one thing they have changed over the years since we've gotten our last K-9 is they do a segment of pre-training before they even incorporate the handler into working with the dog. And that way there's a lot less downtime trying to train the handler and the dog at the same time. Previously we spent like 14 weeks with the handler and the dog. Now with this particular kennel it's down to 6 weeks. But the kennel in Little Rock, Arkansas, they only do a 2-week training. And you don't have to really know a lot about training dogs to know that that's not really a lot amount of time with a dog and a new handler. So in the pricing comparison, we're looking at just for the dog and the training in Colorado Springs comes in at $11,000, whereas the one in Little Rock, Arkansas is at $9,850, a difference of a little over $1,100. then you got to look at the travel, the expense and all that. So total, you know, for one over the other, the one in Colorado, we're looking at $15,260 versus the one in Little Rock, $10,964. So, I mean, it's a big difference in price. But I do think the training's going to offset that.
You're putting the 4296 in with the training to bring it up to 15,260, is that correct?
Yes. If you
But
look
you didn't
at-
do that to Little Rock though, so
No.
you're not really having that much of a difference.
Now, hold on a minute. If you look at just the cost of the dog and the training, there's a difference of $1,150. If you combine the cost of the dog, the training, the travel, meals, and everything we got to get that officer there and back home, it's a
That's a
difference
big
of $4,296. So that's the total package.
Is Officer Head gonna be working the dog?
No, we're retiring him too. No, we've got a new officer. He's young. He's been with us a couple years. He really has shown a lot of good police work. He has shown a big interest in becoming our next handler. Now you got to keep in mind this is a huge burden to anybody. They live with these animals. They got to house them. They got to tend to their needs, so they're with them night and day. So not just any officer is going to jump into volunteering for that. So Chris has had his share of it. He's ready to move on.
What happens if this officer decides to go work for somebody else?
Then we find another handler. We've had that happen with us before, where we've had a trained dog, a trained handler. They move on. We find another handler and send them to the training again. Unless we decide that it's not cost effective for us, we would sell the dog or retire the dog.
In the training, is that just for the dog, or is the officer involved training with the dog as well?
The dog is pre-trained prior to the officer.
Right.
Partially pre-trained.
Okay.
And then the 6 weeks will include the dog and the
And the
handler
officer?
together.
Okay.
And the old training used to be 14?
14 weeks, at least, a
That was-
minimum of 14 weeks, both of them together.
But that
a
was
long
marrying them
time.
up right at the beginning and training them right at the beginning.
Are we gonna work this dog harder than we did the last one?
Was there something wrong with what we did with the other dog?
Well, you know, when the sheriff's office gets a dog, and he's already probably gotten about 1,000 times more than our dog did in 10 years, so I'm just kind of curious. Liberal has a major drug problem in this community. I'd like to see it addressed more than it is.
And that's our intent behind getting the drug dog, along with other avenues of tactics that we do in Liberal.
Any further questions?
Now, I want to throw you a curveball. Before you push this to a vote, late this afternoon, 30 minutes prior to this meeting, I got an email from another canine kennel. It's one that we did not uncover during our initial search. It may be worth us looking into. It's a little pricier. We do favor this one in Colorado. I'm just would like a little freedom to, if we don't like this kennel, we would like to go with your selection. If it's something that we feel might be a better option for us, I'd like the chance to come back and present that to you instead. If that is okay with you guys, I'm just providing you additional options. I have looked at the pricing on it. It is pricier. The training is only 4 weeks versus 6, but it's more than Arkansas, so more than likely, we're still going to want to lean towards the one with the most training.
Is there any time restraints, like, I mean, if we don't jump on the one in Colorado, is there a chance somebody else can get it before, if you take a few days to look at another option? You know, I mean, do you
Are we gonna lose the dog?
Oh, yeah. Is somebody
Oh,
else
very
gonna, is
possibly,
somebody
yes.
else gonna jump in ahead of you
Yeah.
and say, we'll take it?
They actually do have a dog there in Colorado that's going through their pre-training phase right now. And they said it would be a perfect dog for us. I mean, obviously, we're gonna have to rely on the kennel's opinion and recommendations on a dog. So we gave them a verbal heads up that, hey, we're headed to the commissioners Tuesday night. We are interested in talking to you further about this dog. We'll know more Tuesday night. So this curveball I've thrown you is come clear out of the blue. So if you want us to look at this other kennel, we will do so, but we'll do it expeditiously.
I think you need to do what's in the best interest of the police department.
Your Honor, let me try this. Let's make a motion to approve the purchase of the K-9 from Johnson's K-9 for $15,260. That's your recommendation?
Yes.
Okay. Subject to, if he discovers he wants to go a different direction, he has to come back and ask us for an upgrade.
Yes, that works.
All right, that's my motion.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Harrison. Is that do you, Dean? Second by Commissioner Aragon. Any further discussion? Just get back to us as quick as possible.
That'll work. Thank you.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Al.
Thanks.
All right, next up, 12A, HVAC unit replacement. Mr. Quint.
I thought you were limping.
The back is a little tight. Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for giving me a minute to get up here and address my item. Last time I was up here, I made a motion. I'll stick away from that. I'll make a recommendation. A little nervous last time, so hopefully I get a little better. So, up here this evening, on the north side of the rec center, we have an AC unit that went down about a week and a half ago. We got several bids on it. Luck Refrigeration and Weber Refrigeration are the only two that got back with us. This north side unit is on the gaming side. It's our larger area. It has gotten a little toasty in there. We do have two little fans running, keeping the air circulated. But I'm here to make a recommendation, working with our maintenance department, to move forward in replacing that unit. And we recommend using Luck Refrigeration to install a new unit.
Any questions for Mr. Quinn on the HVAC unit?
Looks like they're similar sizes and Sears, so.
Yes, sir.
The Luck one is a lot
Luck's actually
cheaper.
bigger.
Yes, sir.
So, it's a good choice. You make a motion? I'll make a motion that we go with the recommendation for the HVAC unit in the amount of $5,650 to be funded from the city's equipment reserve fund.
I'll second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Martinez, second by Commissioner Harrison. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Stay right there. Couple quick questions. Give an update on the batting cages. I believe they're getting real close to being
Yes,
done.
the company has got the poles up, the netting done. Now we are trying to get the chain link. We're going to upgrade the chain link. And then we've got some sensors that we did not get on the machines before. This way we're not flipping switches. They automatically sense when the pitching machine is empty on balls, and they'll hold the balls, fill them, and our kids don't need to be getting back there and kind of shuffling them around. So
It's my understanding also, I think Ron had told me this morning that the netting is a little bit more safer and on a spring system to where if we, they're never going to be 100% guaranteed, but if we have inclement weather, that the spring should give before the poles do.
yes,
So,
that is correct.
all right. Playground equipment, I know USD 480 is looking to get rid of a lot of playground equipment. Is there places we can use some if they choose?
Me is talking to.
Okay.
Yes, I've contacted 480, and
Awesome.
something we're trying to work out.
All right.
But there is locations that we could definitely put some.
We'll find a place.
Exactly.
All right.
Even if we give them a shovel and a bucket on it. Dig a hole or do something, have fun.
You bet. just
Do
give
it
us a
safely.
holler. You just give us a holler, Dave, we'll be glad to come help dig them
I
out.
think well, they could pick bindweed. I don't know. We'll give them some, get a piece of gum for every piece. We'll make it fine.
All right. And Mark, while Mr. Quinn is up here, Focus on the Future had come and asked us for an exploratory on the possibility of South Middle School. Do we have an update on it also?
We do have the last prior 2 years operation in heating and cooling is one of those that have target points of the cost of the operating cost. It is one of those that we will be doing shortly, and it'll involve a team that we will be going down to South Middle School and doing a walkthrough. So it is one of those that the school was courteous to, or generous to give a I guess, analysis of the facility, which included the heating, cooling, facility walls and floors and that stuff, and what they feature, the roof. It is one of those are things that we will have to take in consideration going forward, but it should hopefully be pretty soon. It's just putting this together and actually reconfiguring it to make a rec center out of a school.
Okay. Have they unofficially, because I know no board action has been taken, but have they unofficially put that back on the table for the city to consider for a possible rec center?
As far as Renee is relayed, they haven't contacted me to change that. Of course, Focus on the Future, I don't think they have any knowledge of those changes, so it is one of those that should they deem for the children to be able to reuse that, it is one of those that, we would understand, but we're still going forward. And do that.
Thank you for the update. Matt, you can sit down now. Thank you.
Oh, I was going to introduce Rana. We got a part B to
introduce
this.
Rana. Go for it.
So.
Everybody knows Rana. She needs no introduction.
Well, part B, I got the activity supervisor, Rana Stump. She's going to come give a little update on our Kaylin Assault, which I hope next year every single one of you guys will run in it. If not, come out, cook some burgers.
I did this year. I was so fast you couldn't see me.
I did the 10-yard run.
Did we vote on the motion?
There wasn't a motion.
Yes.
Yeah, on that air conditioner.
Yeah, we
it's
voted on
bad.
the HVAC unit, yeah.
And I want to thank you for doing that, because it does get kind of hot in my office. Not that I'm in there very much. Thank you for allowing me to come before you and kind of update you on our Kaylin Assault this year. It was held Saturday, June the 10th, of course, at our Kaylin Park. And we had a committee of 10, and with the Recreation Department, we put this together. And we had a great time with it. We had funding. We started meeting back in October 2016, and then we had monthly meetings. And we had a great time putting this together. We got $4,000 from the convention tourism, and then we also got $5,200 from a foundation here in town also. So that helps us out. And then we had 11 local businesses that donated to us also, so that helped us with all of our stuff. And then, of course, the products that went into all the bags from also local businesses, and we really appreciate all of those people helping us out. We had a total number of 186 participants this year. So we're up from last year, 172 last year, so we're gaining to that 200 mark. So in preparation for the event, Matt Quint, he spent that whole week out there building. We put 5 new obstacles out this year, and so he spent all week out there doing that. And then along with Jim Betts, Mike Rice, Justin Alexander, they volunteered their time the day before and got everything put together and constructed everything that we needed to get done for that day. So really thank the committee and the guys that come out, and also any of the city staff that came out and helped out too. It's been really great. We had, let's see, and then we also had the County Road and Bridge. They came out and filled up our water pits for us, and we appreciate that. And then we also had a water truck and trailer from Fred Bloom. He brought that out for us to use. And then the fire department also brought their shower out again so the runners can wash off the mud and grime that they encountered. It was a beautiful day that morning. Got hot later on that evening when we was picking up and everybody's gone home. But it was a beautiful day. And of course, they call Arcalin Park is a beautiful place to have this run at. And it got more people out to that park that's never been out there. So that's one of the goals that I have is show people what we have here. So, and then we had about 37 volunteers from the city staff, and then we had 12 from the community came out and helped us and do various tasks such as help guide the racers, be around the obstacle, make sure everything is okay, and then of course water stations and whatever needed to be done. They jumped right in there and they got everything done for us. And of course the course layout, it can't have been perfect without the help of Gerald Mand and the Arcalin staff out there helped out tremendously, and we do thank them very much for helping us. This year we added a new run. It's called the Elite Run, and it's for the runners who wants to run full blast, get out of my way, here I come, run. And so we had 14 runners in that one, and Tyson McGuire, I don't know if you know him, he runs all the time. He won it, the mile, and his time was 23.57 seconds. And that's with obstacles. Usually he runs a 5K in 18. So, and Brooke Sedil, she won the female with a time of 33.25. So that's pretty fast also. Anyway, overall the event went really well. The runners had great things to say about it. Had one guy's been doing it the last 3 years. He goes, it gets tougher every year and he loves every minute of it. So that's what's important. And so also just to kind of give you a little deal, we had a person from Charlotte, North Carolina running it. Wally Washington, a person from there, participated. We had Missouri and Texas, and of course Oklahoma and Kansas people come out. So we had a great time, and hopefully next year it was suggested maybe you guys come out and grill up hamburgers or something for some food. So I'll be getting in touch with you, getting closer, and see if we can make that happen.
I would like to make a motion to commit next year's commission to doing that. You can't second it either, Matt. You can't make the motion. You
I
can't
make a motion that I can second it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome event.
Looked real good. I went out there, Mr. Mann and Jody did a great job. It was nice and green. A lot of campers.
Yes, there was.
A lot of campers out there too. People that entered said they'll be back next year. That was their first time, so.
There was a midnight run that Commissioner Carlisle made. His time was 32:05, so he's the actual winner.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
On his four-wheeler.
Nice forward.
So
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you,
It was a
Ron.
very well-run event, very exciting for the city. Six states represented, so just an exciting time. Next item is City Manager Report, agenda item number 13.
Mayor, Commissioners, first a reminder of the Seward County Council of Governments will be Thursday at 7 o'clock at Seward County Community College. Would also just short note that contained in your packets is a letter from Spirit notifying that They are at this time going to cease. But it is one of those that, needless to say, I think if time in the future, they would always be able to come back. But wanted to make you aware of that. Other than that, the departments, what can I say? Daniels, we're getting close to starting 15th Street.
We open this week.
So that'll get started. We do have out for bid and that stuff, Kansas Avenue. We're waiting on that. It is one of those, we're gonna do the ribbon and the outside. What we determined, we're getting bids and we'll look at those, but it is one of those that it'll be a tear off and go back with new. And there'll be a shoulder on the inside of 2 feet. And the outside will be a 9-foot shoulder plus another 6 or 8 inches for the ribbon. So we should get that back, and we'll let commission know when we get those, and we'll come for your approval. I know the project's been approved, but when we get the bid, we'll bring that back for your approval. Parks, rec, pool, things are gradually getting, there's more and more water going through the amenities there, that's coming along. All the departments are just blowing and going. Rec, thank you, thank all that they do. But if there's any questions for me, I'd be glad to answer those.
Commissioner, any questions for the city manager?
I got a comment. When I got this memo about Spirit, I seen that over the years, Liberal has gave $44,814.38. So we supported this Spirit, and that's what it looked like from our last budget session.
And that was just what the city of Liberal donated, not the businesses in Liberal, and also National Beef and several others have donated several thousands of dollars also.
I think every year except one year, we funded.
And I kind of want to address this letter as well. There was a time when the current Spirit head came to my office not very happy, and we talked about Spirit, and my concern at that time, Max Zimmerman did a heck of a job for a lot of years. Mr. Taylor picked up where Mr. Zimmerman left off. My concern, as we see Texas almost completely 4-laned, New Mexico is pretty much there, Oklahoma is real close. My concern at that time was what happens to Kansas when those other states are seeing their goals met and we still have from Liberal Kansas to Wichita. Will we have the support of Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma? They are almost 100% complete. We lack, roundabout figures, 175 miles. And they're putting the organization in mothballs after Mr. Taylor has left. That was my concern then, and we still got to fight the fight. We still have to fight the fight, whether it's through our local legislators, through city commissioners making their voice heard. Every time we have a Senator Moran, Senator Roberts, Roger Marshall, Shannon Francis, Bud Estes, we have to continue to make our voice heard because our representation is no longer there through Spirit. But I feared for this day when Mr. Taylor was gone. Last year during not-for-profit funding, Spirit did not even apply. And before next Thursday, when we have our not-for-profit funding requests, we get a notification that they're putting their organization in mothballs. I feel, and I'll just be honest, that we have gotten the short end of the stick on this. So that's just my personal opinion. I wish them well, but now the fight's in our court. So
I will say that as of this week, we have been having discussions with KDOT, not only through Garden City, but in Topeka. It is on different issues, but we'll make it a point to carry that. We do have Mr. Thompson, which is from Garden City, but does understand the area. So we will, as the years go forward, we will continue our talks with Cato.
Thank you. Any other comments? We'll go move to items from commissioners. Start with Vice Mayor Martinez.
I want to thank the staff, Daniel and guys, getting north end of entrance to Liberal opened up quickly. And talking to the IHOP people, they said their business has even increased more. So with that just being open, so that's a great help. And thanks for you guys' work. Everybody does. Good job. Thank you.
Commissioner Harrison.
I'm excited about what's happening in Liberal. And I know that it's election time and there's a lot of people with negative things to say, but you're not going to hear it from me. You're going to hear about the good things that are going on here, the positive things that are going on here, the things that you all have been working on for 10 years. I can remember sitting in a strategic planning session with most of you 10 years ago, and we talked about all the things that's been done in the last 10 years, almost to a T. Except the soccer fields, that was a wish, and we didn't have any place to put it, and it fell into our lap thanks to the Lambert family. And that's going to happen. And you guys are making big strides. We had hoped to have that thing up and running by now, but we had an ice storm that took about a month and a half of your time. So, and thank goodness you guys were rallied to take care of that. And I just can't say enough about your leadership abilities and your crews, and just the amount of stuff that you all get done. And it starts at the top and it runs all the way to the bottom. And I am very grateful for it. Thank you.
Commissioner Aragon.
What he said. That's really true. I mean, I just keep thinking about Liberal, what it looked like when I came in 1982 the first time, and the difference now. And there's some really good things happening. Thank you, all of your staff, for everything that you do. You know, Jeff and all you guys, adding to that toolbox that Joe was talking about to make it easier and more attractive for people, investors, to want to do things here in Liberal. And, you know, sometimes you got to think outside the box and do some things, but I appreciate it. That's all good stuff. So thank you all. That's all I have.
Commissioner Carlisle.
I agree with Mr. Aragon here. I'm done.
That's it?
Oh, Mr. Aragon.
Wow. That leaves me. I said my piece on Spirit, and again, I touched on it, but July the 6th will be our not-for-profit funding request meeting next Thursday, correct?
Yes.
5:30
At the
Randall Girl Scout building. So, and then we'll start budgets a few weeks after that. I got an email this week requesting a joint meeting of the city and county with some issues to discuss. I would like to get that set up as soon as we can do that, so we can lay all of our cards on the table and just move forward from there. So if you would get with April and them, and well, let's get a joint city-county meeting set up as soon as possible.
Okay.
Liberty, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Fellowship Baptist Church. Want to wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July. Family picnic, 2 to 6 out of Brent Gould Field, Little BJ's, followed by the fireworks afterwards. So just enjoy your 4th of July and be safe. That's all that I have. All right,
So is the city observing 4th of July on the 4th or
Yes.
on Monday the 3rd?
The 4th.
The 4th. Okay.
Yes, the city and county offices will be closed on the 4th itself.
Yes.
Working regular business the 3rd, followed by regular business hours on the 5th.
Okay.
So, all right, next item on the agenda is agenda item number 15, which are the vouchers.
Joe, I got one quick question.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I got a couple of questions today. What's the city's policy as far as fireworks?
That dates back, and I think it believes back to 82, that they, inside the city limits, are not allowed.
Not allowed anywhere inside the city limits?
Yeah, anywhere inside the city limits.
Okay.
Reason for that, and it's carried over so years, is because it is basically it's the harvest time and the dry, and We've actually had to cancel the fireworks a couple of years ago out at the BJ game.
That's what I thought, just want to make
Yeah.
sure. Okay. I want to make a motion, we approve the vouchers in the amount of $1,641,188.92.
Motion by Commissioner Aragon, is there a second?
I'll
Second by
second.
Vice Mayor Martinez. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Now I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Meeting adjourned.